with Heartland Homes KC. Hope you're having a great day. Just wanted to go live this morning on a topic that a lot of people have questions about when they're trying to sell their home. I've got Laura here. She's got a few questions she wants to ask me, and I figured it would benefit everybody to just kind of record this and go live with it. Just creative ways to sell your house if it's not in market condition, or if it's going to be contingent upon selling your house to buy a new one. So, hey, Laura, good morning.
Yeah. Morning. Thank you for having me on.
You bet.
So I think the first question that I always have is, what if my house needs a lot of repairs or updates, just really isn't in market condition? Is the only option for me just like to fix it up to sell it?
No, it's not the only option. And you know what I found out over the years, when I first got into the business, I started out before I got into the business of selling homes. I was rehabbed houses and flipped houses, so I kind of knew the construction side of it. And when I first got into selling homes, I figured if someone wanted to sell their home, that they just wanted to get the most amount of money out of their house, and that was it. But that's not the underlying issue for everybody. I mean, some people they just want to move. They have another situation they want to move on to, and they don't want to wait around. They don't have the time to do the repairs. That's not their biggest issue that they want to solve. So, we look at it from different angles. Like, you can fix it up and sell it and get more money out of it. Just sell it as is, put it on the market and see if somebody else wants to, put the work in, or just, a cash offer and just get out of it, right then and there.
Yeah, so there are a few options there. What about if your house just isn't selling? Like it's just been sitting on the market, kind of stagnant. What are your options there? Are they pretty similar?
Kind of, and I just had a conversation with one of our sellers yesterday. His house a little dated, but still well maintained, so nothing was needed to be done. And there's a lot of situations like that where, especially your own house, you don't realize sometimes the updating that it might need, that most buyers are going to look at. And so we've been on for, I think, about a month and a half, and I talked to him, and a lot of feedback's come back that buyers are wanting, looking for a little more updates for that price range. And so I'm going to meet over there Thursday and look at maybe putting granite countertops in, maybe new backsplash, replace some carpeting that's in good shape, but it's just a little dated, and a few things like that. But just kind of make those necessary repairs, and that's in lieu of drop your price 10 or 15,000. So you can kind of look at it either way. You're going to have to price it according to the updates it needs, or go ahead and do the updates and sell it retail.
Awesome. So, I know you guys have a contingency buster plan. Do you want to talk about that a little bit? Maybe explain like what contingencies are first, and then
Yeah.
just let us know what your guys'
Yep.
contingency buster plan is.
Yeah, absolutely. And we always try to adjust to the market, the way the market is, and kind of just really find solutions to people's problems. And right now in this fairly fast-paced sellers market, a lot, 50% of your sellers out there are going to buy something else. So they're going to be contingent most of the time on selling their house and able to buy the new house. So the problem is it's you either list your house, get under contract, so it's less contingent, and then go search out for something else, but then you have to do an extended close, and hopefully, kind of everything, all the stars fall in line to make that happen. You can close at both the same time, or you go out and try to look for a new house, get an offer accepted, being contingent, then throw your house on the market. But a lot of sellers don't want to take a contingent offer because there's a lot that they could lose, especially if they're trying to buy something else. So we've kind of, came up with what we call the contingency buster plan, where, we'll step in and make an offer on their house, and give them a price, minus repairs that it needs and marketing costs and everything else, and either just buy it, they move, or we can even do a lease back where they stay in the house until they find something else and just do a lease back from us. And it's kind of a win-win where it takes the stress off of doing all the necessary maintenance and repairs and staging, anything that needs to be done to get the house market ready. And it takes the stress off. They can go make a contingency free offer on another house and usually get better terms, better pricing, and get more accepted.
Great. That sounds like a great plan. So what are the benefits of using something like that contingency buster plan versus other things you see out in the market? Just for example, like those signs that you see places that say like, we buy your home for cash. What would be the advantage of using your guys' plan over a plan like that?
Right. No, that's a great question. And I don't know, we just, I always put myself in the other person's shoes, and not to say that every investor out there making cash offers is going to lowball you, but to them it's a numbers game to most of them. So typically when we come in, I'll tell them exactly what we do. I'll give them 3 different options. Like, okay, here you can do all these necessary items to your house to get it up to market value and get full price out of it, or we can put it on the market right now, and you're going to get probably a lot. If at a lower price, you'll get a lot of people come through and possibly get an offer and sell it for this amount. Or we can just get a cash offer now. You don't have to worry about, like we one of our rehabs we put on, it was almost 2 weeks ago. Of course, it's empty. No one's living in it, but it could have been one people lived in. And 150,000, which is a very active price range right now. We had 78 showings within like the first 10 days. So, and I explained that to sellers, like, you're going to have a lot of people coming in your house. So you're making the bed, sweeping the floors, taking the kids out, taking the dogs out of the house for all these showings. I'm like, you're going to be inundated with showings, And so if you don't want to go through that whole process, it might just be easier for you to, kind of take an offer that's acceptable and just kind of take that stress out of your life, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it definitely does. 78 showings is a lot.
Oh man, yeah.
It's crazy. Well, thanks for joining us today. I'm sure people have questions later. If they do, what's the best way to reach out to you?
Yeah, either send a message on Facebook or email us, give us a call. Either way, we'll be happy to talk about it and come out and take a look at the property and kind of just give you, advise you on, the different scenarios that you could choose.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jason.
You bet, Laura. Thank you.
Talk to you later.
All right, have a
Bye.
good day.
You too. Bye.